We know and have known for a long time that Donald Trump does not give a damn about the victims of Jeffrey Epstein any more than he cares about the victims of any other sexual predators, including himself. Marjorie Greene, though, appears to be learning in real time that Donald Trump is not necessarily the fighter against child sexual violence that she, for some reason, thought that he was. So here's a little video of her talking about her trying to encourage Donald Trump to meet with the victims.
This isn't a hostile act towards the administration. The hostile act has been against these women for so many years now. The hostile act is covering up for Jeffrey Epstein and everyone else that's been involved in this. And that's the real hostile act. I look forward to talking with President Trump about these women that I've met. I also encouraged him already this morning that he should have these women in the Oval Office. They deserve to be there.
You spoke to him?
Yes, I did. Yeah. And I told him I'd be happy to set that up, arranging with their attorney by sharing his phone number.
What was his reaction to that?
I haven't got an answer back on that, but I am continuing to encourage him that these are the people that deserve to be in the Oval Office, not any of Jeffrey Epstein's rich, powerful friends.
So Marjorie Greene, let's say everything that she just said there is true. I have no reason to believe that anything that she just revealed is not true. So do you think it's a little bit weird that you haven't gotten a response? Do you think that you're gonna get a response? Do you think that he's going to meet with the women? Honestly, at this point, he just should, so that people like me will look like idiots. He likes to troll us. How is that not enough to get him to do it? So here is why you would meet with the victims. Because you care at all about the pain that they experienced, because you want the truth to be reached. That's an explanation as to why you would meet with them. Why you would not meet with them is if you think that you're gonna end up looking bad in this issue, and that raising the profile of these victims is going to raise the likelihood of the truth being reached, which you clearly don't want. Does anyone have an alternative explanation as to why you wouldn't meet with the victims? This is open, by the way. Anybody in the audience? Any right-wingers? Representative Greene? What alternative explanation remains for why, after months of this topic being out there, he doesn't meet with them? It's not, by the way, like he can't meet with people accusing powerful individuals of these sorts of acts. Remember, he brought people who accused Bill Clinton of harassment and assault to a debate with Hillary Clinton. Now, obviously, that had the side benefit of helping him. So I guess he can only do it when he thinks it's to his political benefit. In that case, considering that he has said he'll get justice on the Jeffrey Epstein topic, why wouldn't it be to his political benefit to have these women in here? He appears to think that it's not. And so the question goes back to Marjorie Greene. Why not bring them in the room? He's brought all sorts of wastes of time in the room. He's done that. He's had Vince Vaughn and I like Vince Vaughn's early stuff, admittedly, but it's been a while. Kid Rock. Elon Musk's in there every day. Elon Musk's kid has gotten more play in the Oval Office than any of the children at the time who have been assaulted by Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Conor McGregor is there. Oh, he can have athletes. He can try to steal soccer trophies. He has endless time for that and endless time for his own amusements. He's gonna go play 18 holes of golf. Here's an idea. Marjorie Greene, bring the victims to his golf course next weekend. Meet him after the 9th hole. He's gonna stop to get a hoagie or something. Just have them there. He can keep playing golf afterward. He can spend hours this weekend playing golf, but could he spend 1 or 2 minutes pretending to care about these women and listening to their stories? And you know, Marjorie Greene, that he's not going to do that. So why won't he do that? I know it's a difficult conclusion to come to. I know that it sucks when your heroes turn out to be the villains in the story, but I think you suspect at this point that that is the actual thing going on. That said, she's continuing to do the media rounds. She went on Eric Bolling's show and sort of attacked Trump's regime, but still isn't ready to attack Trump himself. Take a look.
Do you expect you're gonna get a little pushback from the administration for getting involved in this?
Oh, I got a lot of pushback. I got phone call after phone call last night. They didn't want me to sign the discharge petition. They want to focus on the oversight investigation. They hate Thomas Massey more than they can hate any Democrat. Which makes no sense to me. And they don't want to work with Democrats at all. But again, I'll say this. I'm not blaming President Trump whatsoever. I'm actually blaming some of his staff around him. Eric, you and I both know any president is insulated and in a cone of information based on the people that work directly with him. And I don't think they've informed him on what a big deal this really is.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Marjorie Greene, you do not actually believe that. First of all, if you believe that, then you gotta take back years of, oh, Sleepy Joe, oh, he's just being handled, he's just a corpse, so he's not really pulling the string. So months of the Epstein story of Trump being asked about it at little press gaggles, at press conferences, months of headlines, a press conference with the victims in DC, months of this. Oh, I just think he is so criminally unaware of what's going on in America that I don't blame him at all. It's gotta be Stephen Miller and Howard Lutnick that are doing. You don't actually believe that. He is not, first of all, again, if you believe that, then that is such a massive indictment of Donald Trump and the state of his cognitive capacity. But don't worry, I'm not insulting Donald Trump's brain in this segment because you definitely don't actually believe that. Donald Trump is not a passive participant in the cover-up of the Epstein scandal. He is the mastermind and ringleader of it. I mean, he's doing a bad job. It's stumbling and bumbling. He cannot restrain for a day the disdain he has for these victims. He can't hide the fact that he associates more mentally with Ghislaine Maxwell than the people she sexually assaulted. You don't actually believe that. And that clip makes me want to take back all the credit for her being at the thing, because come on, man. Again, I understand that Donald Trump is one of the most vindictive politicians in American history. And I know that if Marjorie Greene were to go on Eric Bolling's show and say, this is Donald Trump, he's the one, the buck has to stop somewhere. And Donald Trump wants credit for everything, so the buck has to stop with him. I understand that if you were to say that, that would probably be it for Marjorie Greene. Trump would go on a true social tirade against her. She'd be primaried or whatever. But this is not some minor little policy concern, Marjorie Greene. This is the thing that supposedly got you into politics. The belief that there's elite cabals of sex predators being protected by the deep state. And you're in the thick of that story right now. The deep state is there. They're protecting their donors. You were even referencing the fact that this is about wealthy interests or whatever. So why is Donald Trump obviously, undeniably protecting those people? If you got into government for anything, how is it not the moment that you're in right now? So how can you point the finger in like the rough direction of the White House, but ignore the guy that lives there? How can it be the Trump administration, but not Trump himself? Oh yeah, all of his advisors are just screwing him over week after week, month after month, which he is completely unaware of, knowing that this is doing damage to him in the MAGA base, but none of the responsibility goes on him. My God. Look, I don't have very high standards for Marjorie Greene or whatever, but I don't believe for a second that even you believe this garbage coming out of your mouth. Anyway, let's turn now to someone, no, actually, very briefly, Graphic 4, if we can bring this up as an example of the costs that will come with her actually being honest about what Trump is doing. Laura Loomer is attacking Marjorie Greene as being a Trump hater because Laura Loomer is even more slavishly devoted to Donald Trump and to the cover-up. She doesn't care. Again, Laura Loomer, the person who just did a big monologue yesterday about how 3- and 4-year-old Palestinian kids who have their legs blown off and might be flown to the United States to get emergency surgery to save their lives. Those kids are evil, she says. Meanwhile, she uses the platform she has to try to aid in the cover-up of elite sex crimes. And so again, there are worse people than Marjorie Greene in this particular case, and Laura Loomer is certainly one of them.